And welcome to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. If you are joining me here from Merritt Island High School, home of the Mustangs, they are facing the Bayside Bears. I had a couple of technical difficulties, so we are beginning from the second set. Merritt Island won that first set 25-16. But Bayside had some moments and currently lead this set 2-1. The Merritt Island Mustangs are 7-2 going into this matchup, and currently ranked number 13 in the state. So a lot of momentum from the 23-6 season they had a year ago, and really all together, Merritt Island has a really great program for volleyball and beach volleyball. Bayside had a successful 17-10 season a year ago. They're currently 4-7, but they won last night over O'Galley 3-0. So both teams looking for this win, and there's another point, and that's how you start out the second set if you are Bayside. They lost that first set by 9, but currently jumping out to a quick 4-1 lead is a great way to start set number 2 if you are the Bears. The setup, and that was out of bounds. So we have 5-1. Number 12 in the middle for the Bayside Bears, Janae McLinn, was huge in that first set. And Merritt Island is going to call a timeout as Bayside has really seized momentum here in the second set. First set, there was a really back and forth point scoring until right around the middle of that set. Merritt Island went on a nice 7-8-0 run and was able to open the lead up and eventually win that one 25-16. So currently, Merritt Island leads 1-0. But in set 2 here right now, Bayside has jumped out to a quick 5-1 lead. Shamora Scott and Janae McLinn, both middle hitters and seniors for this Bayside Bears squad, have made some big-time plays in this one early. Once again, if you are just joining us here, a little bit of technical difficulties to begin this one, so I apologize for not getting the beginning and first set of this matchup. But here we are from Merritt Island High School, and that point is going to go to the Mustangs, and that's a great way to regroup after you saw Bayside go on a little run right there, and they were starting to gain some momentum. The setup and the point, and that is Janae McLinn, who I just mentioned a moment ago, number 12 for the Bayside Bears. She has really made an impact. Big time kills and blocks for the Bears. It's a great save there. And there's a point for the Mustangs. The student section of the Mustangs early has been chirping, and when you're at a high school sporting event, there's nothing better than seeing a student section filled and interacting with the game. So great atmosphere here at Merritt Island High School. That one's hit out of bounds. That's going to be a point for Merritt Island. You can see the purple and blue all around. It is Suicide Awareness Month. And the warm-ups and shirts for the Merritt Island side are purple. And we have some purple and blue warm-ups and shirts on the Bayside side as well. So all around great awareness and a great thing to do. And there is the momentum swinger, as a kill like that can change the momentum very quickly, as Merritt Island looks to get right back into this one. Great save. And the block and point will go to Bayside. This is a really big set right here, not just for Bayside, but for Merritt Island. If you lose this set and Bayside takes it, you kind of give Bayside the momentum and you give them that feeling that they can win this one on your home court. And of course, that's what Bayside's looking to do. But a great kill right there from right side. That was number 12 for the Mustangs. That was Bella Becker with a great kill. And just like that, we have a tie game. So the momentum wave has started to flip around to the Mustangs. Great save. And here the rally was about to start going, but that one hit up to the ceiling. Student section chanting, "There's a roof there." That point is going to go to Merritt Island. And we're going to have a timeout by Bayside, as the momentum bug has started to crawl over to the Mustang side. Bayside really allowed that to happen in the first set. They started to get some momentum, and it didn't really stay there, as you would say. So this time, not really hoping to give the Mustangs a run. Once again, if you are just joining, this is the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. Zane Garcia here from Merritt Island, home of the Mustangs, as Bayside has traveled to town. Both these teams will have some contests tomorrow. The Mustangs will host the Viera Hawks, and Bayside will host Edgewood. A 3-game homestand coming up for the Bayside Bears. Edgewood, West Shore, and Martin County will be coming to the Bear Den. Great setup, but a equally better save. And nobody able to get there in time, so that's going to be a point for Bayside. Subbing in for the Bears is number 7, Molly Hunt. The point is going to go to Bayside. Not able to get that one up and going. The setup. Great attack on the ball. And that'll be a point for the Mustangs. 10-9 here in the second set. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I apologize for the technical difficulties that I am currently in the second set, and we are not in the first set anymore. The first set was taken by Merritt Island. It was 25-16. So currently Merritt Island leading 1-0 in the series. And there's a big kill right there from outside. The Mustangs leading 12-9. Great save. Another great save. Keeping it alive. And a great block right there. That's number 1, Emma Mitchell. Michelle, sorry. On the block, and a point for the Mustangs. But a great rally all around. And there's another point by outside. That looked to be number 13, Lydia Scott. And this is the momentum swing that I was just mentioning Merritt Island did in set 1. It was around 7-7, and they went on an 8-0 run and opened a lead up. Bayside cannot let that happen this go-round. And it looks as if Merritt Island has kind of seized control of this set, but a quick turn of events can happen at any moment. And that one is just out of bounds. That's going to be a point for Merritt Island. 16-9 here in set number 2. Great dive for that one. And there's another. Really, the assists are coming more from outside. Sorry, the assists are going to outside more than the right side. We're going to have a timeout here as Bayside is probably going to try to get a little strategy going as to defend a little bit better. Student section chanting, they need water. I don't believe the Bayside Bears need any water. I think they're fine, but defensively, they need to come up with a little bit better game plan to stop this attack from the Mustangs. It's the right side that has been so powerful throughout this one. Like I mentioned earlier, the Mustangs are 7-2 coming into this one, number 13 in the state. The Bayside Bears are 4-7. However, they did win a game last night, 3-0 over the O'Galley Commodores. So a little bit of momentum coming into this one. There's a great save, but could not hold up long enough as the point goes to the Mustangs, and they are quickly on a 10-1 run. So a lot of momentum going to the Mustangs side right now. Great save. And there it is. It's coming from the right side. It is Emma Michelle once again with another big kill. Michelle has been able to go from that right side pretty much at ease. And there's another one for Merritt Island, now leading 20-9. And as they did in the first set, they can smell the second set victory. And they're going to try to run away with this one early if they can. Shamora Scott tips it over. Great save. And a better block by Merritt Island. As you saw, both ladies went up for the block, and a better block by the Mustangs as they now go up 21-9 in set number 2. Great block again by the Mustangs. And the run finally ends as the Bears are able to get one on the board to stop that run by the Mustangs. So 21-10 here, set number 2. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. My apologies for missing set number 1. Had a technical difficulty issue, but we are back. And a great block. That is Janae McLinn. And she's been front and center for the Bears, able to really have some big blocks and kills in this one. That was a big block right there. Great save. Able to keep it in play. And that point will go to Bayside. And you can see when McLinn is in the game, they're able to defend a little bit better. And that was one of my keys to victory for Bayside earlier in this one, was having 2 or 3 consistent blocks in a row. When Merritt Island gets rolling, they get rolling. And they were able to just run off about 9-10 points in a row. You can't let the game get away from you that quick. So defense matters oh so much in games like this, where you're trying to upset one of the top 15 teams in the state. And some ball movement. And it was just out of bounds. That's going to go to the Mustangs. Now just 2 points away from winning set number 2. And there's point 24. 25 will make it a 2-0 lead for the Mustangs. Student sections all holding up their ones as they need one more point to go up 2-0 in this one. They're setting it up. It's blocked by McLinn. Blocked again, but a great rally. And there it is. The set number 2 victory goes to Merritt Island, 25-12. So they have won the first 2 sets, 25-16 and 25-12. This third set is going to be make it or break it time for the Bayside Bears. But once again, thank you all for tuning in. My apologies for not having set one up and rolling for you all. Some technical difficulties. But we are now rolling, and we have some great prep volleyball action tonight. As I mentioned a moment ago, both these teams have games tomorrow. The Bayside Bears will host Edgewood High School, and the Merritt Island Mustangs will host Vieira, which has quickly turned into a little bit of a rivalry between the Hawks and the Mustangs. While we are waiting for set number 3, I'll take the time to thank our sponsors: Eastern Florida State College, Health First, All Points, Auto Expo 95, and of course, Mike Erdman Automotives. Thank you to all our sponsors. And this is Merritt Island High School and Bayside High School and prep volleyball action. Thank you once again, everyone, for tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. We will be starting this third set in about a minute. Merritt Island football team with a big win this past Friday night, able to defeat the Melbourne Bulldogs 42-21. And they'll travel to DeLand this upcoming Friday. I think that they're trying to get about as ranked as these volleyball players are. That's going to take a lot of wins and maybe even a state championship to get there, because this Mustangs volleyball program has been very good for many years. And this year, no different, 7-2, looking to go to 8-2 throughout their first 10 games. And they are ranked within the top 15 right now in the state of Florida. So we will start set number 3 right here. The Mustangs starting out this third set with Amber Ives, Anna Relic, number 2, number 7, Kylie Thompson, number 13, Lydia Scott, number 8, Peyton Riordan, and number 3, their libero, Sarah Niazi. So we are underway in set number 3 here from Merritt Island High School. Great block there, but they keep it alive, and it's going to go point to Bayside. Key defensive plays for the Bears have been able to really halt any momentum that the Mustangs have put together. So very important in this set to get a string of stops. And this one stays alive. And that one's going to hit the roof. The Mustangs have been able to score on their right side more than outside, so it'll be pretty interesting. As great effort there on the dive, but unable to get there. It's going to be a point for Merritt Island. It'll be interesting if they can, well, if they're able to score on aces, then I don't believe they'll need to score from the outside at all. Just serve it over and get the point. And some great defense right there as the Mustangs open this one up 4-1. This is a best of 5, so with this set win right here, it'll be over if the Mustangs get it done. And 3 aces early in this set for the Mustangs, as they have quickly jumped out to a 5-1 lead. And that one a little bit overpowered, and we'll go to the Bears. Once again, thank you all for tuning into the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. Zane Garcia here from Merritt Island High School, home of the Mustangs. We have the Bayside Bears and the Merritt Island Mustangs in some prep volleyball action. If you did miss set number 2, the Mustangs jumped out, the Bears jumped out to a lead, but quickly answered by the Mustangs, and they would end up winning that last set 25-12. So a big time margin for victory in that set. The first set, unfortunately, had some technical difficulties, so it was not broadcasted, but it was the Mustangs who were able to win the first set as well, 25-16. So right here is pretty much set and match if they win this one. That's going to be a little bit too hard. The point will go to Bayside. That point is going to go to Bayside, as it was oh so close. And that one served right into the net. That's an easy point for Merritt Island. We're going to have some more substitutions for the Mustangs. Number 15, Annabelle Jones, will check into this one. And number 14, Chloe Horton. Setup is blocked, but a great save and collection by the Bears. Unable to get to that one. That's going to be a point for Merritt Island. Really, that's one of the first times that they've been able to score on the outside. The right side has been really their main source for kills. Great save. Able to get it over the net, but out of bounds. So we're going to have a 10-4 quick lead for the Mustangs. Unable to collect that one. That point will go to Bayside. And this is really an important time in the game for the Bears. They are going to serve right here, and if they can get a string of points together and get back into this one, it'll be very paramount in them stealing a set from these Mustangs. That was a big kill. Great save. And that's how you do it right there. You hit it into a spot where nobody's at. No chance for a save there, as the point will go to Merritt Island. And they are just now about halfway to finishing this one off. Point will go to Bayside. Shamora Scott with the point there. She has a couple big plays throughout this one. And there's another point for Bayside. I just mentioned how big gaining momentum is. If they can score a couple right here, they can get back into this one and maybe even steal a set. Well, it seems like the broadcaster's jinx has been against Bayside, so I will apologize in advance for the commentator's jinx. Merritt Island, a really, really good program. As mentioned a moment ago, number 13 in the state of Florida at 7-2, looking to advance to 8-2 in their first 10 games of the season. That one really just given to Bayside, as the Mustangs knew that there really wasn't much to work with right there. It's been the majority of the time the right side, but a nice point right there from the outside. The right side has been the attack point all night for the Mustangs. And an ace right there for the Mustangs, as a great save attempt was hit up to that basket right there, and unfortunately unable to keep that one in play. Great save. And a point for Merritt Island, as the block attempt was unsuccessful. And that's going to be an ace. 17-8, 8 points away from ending this one. Here is Merritt Island. We're going to have a timeout, Bayside. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. Zane Garcia here from Merritt Island High School, home of the Mustangs. If you missed our previous set, it was the Merritt Island Mustangs winning 25-12 in set number 2. They currently lead 2-0 in the series. Unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties for that first set, so unable to show it, but it was the Mustangs winning it 25-16. As you see, there's purple and blue balloons all around and purple and blue shirts It is Suicide Awareness Month. So great opportunity and great showing by both squads of wearing purple and blue. And Merritt Island will be serving over. And that one is blocked. And a great point right there for the Mustangs. And that one is hit out of bounds. That's 19-8 Mustangs smelling victory. They will move to 8-2 and possibly even move up in the state rankings, looking to inch right into the top 10 in the state. And that one is gonna go to Merritt Island as it was hit just out of bounds. 20-8 for the Mustangs. Mustangs with a really successful season a year ago at 23-6, but not the finish that they wanted as they lost to Bishop Moore in the regional final. Bishop Moore ended up going on to win the state championship, so you can't be too mad. That point is gonna go to Bayside. 20-9, Mustangs still leading. But yeah, the Mustangs looking to have a really good season once again. They have already started off 7-2 this season, so right about where they want to be. 20-10 now. Good point there by Bayside. They're not going to give up so quickly. This is the third set. Merritt Island leading 2-0. A great save. And the point will go to Merritt Island by just about an inch. That was very, very close from going to Bayside. So that was a very interesting ace right there as it tips off the net and is able to just get out of reach for the Bears to save it, and now just 3 points away from victory. And there is the commentator's jinx once again, as the 4 times I've mentioned anything about momentum or points, it has just halted. So commentator's jinx in full effect tonight. And a great setup and a good save by Bayside, but great capitalization there, and the point will go for the Mustangs. 23-11 for Merritt Island, leading in this one and smelling victory. Able to keep it alive. Good block there by the Bears. 23-12 in this one. Great save, but unable to get it back over the net. So Bayside's going to take the point there, 23-13. again, another point for Bayside. You know, this time I'm just going to let it play out. I'm not actually going to say anything. I'm not going to say the moment. Yeah, I already almost said it, but let's see what happens. See, maybe I just got a little bit overzealous right there. I said half of momentum, and it did do the broadcaster's jinx once again. Merritt Island takes the point, and now leading 24-14. This is point set match right here if Merritt Island can do it. And there it is. So in 3 sets, it is the Merritt Island Mustangs who win it 3-0. First set being 25-16, second set being 25-12, and the third set being 25-14. Great game and great competition by both squads, but it was Merritt Island who showed why they are the number 13 team in the state of Florida tonight. They are 8-2 now on the season, and will move on to tomorrow night as they face Vieira. And as I mentioned before, Vieira has really turned into a little bit of a rivalry for these Mustangs. So that'll be an interesting one tomorrow night. And hosting Edgewood is the Bayside Bears. So a great all-around matchup for both sides tomorrow. And once again, thank you all for tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily. This is Zane Garcia